Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and let's talk about That's So Raven or Raven, Simone Peterman Mayday. Well, you guys know that she does a podcast with that wife of hers. I don't care what nobody says. She could have did better, and I will continue to say this to this day. She could do better. I don't like that wife. I feel like she's using Raven. I don't care what nobody say. And the fact that she put period blood in spaghetti and Raven was just bitch, please. Because I would have punched the hoe. You ever do some trifling shit like that. But anyway, Raven was on and Raven did her little show with her wife. It's called Tea Time. And her and her wife was talking to an actress, the actress Michelle Butchin, and apparently she said when she was on That's a Raven, she feel like um the boys were objectifying her. So the reason why her show was popular was because she had boobs. And that's the reason why her show was popular, not because she was funny. Because even her wife was like, "Oh, you don't think the reason why people watch the show was because you were funny or whatever?" She's like, "No, not really. I think they came for the boobs and they stayed for the comedy. But I really think it's because they saw my boobs and then because I was funny, that's why they stayed. But truthfully, the reason why boys watch my show was because I had boobs." And it's just like, what kind of psychopathic bullshit is you on? No, see, you letting that gayness bullshit get up inside your ass. Look, I was a kid when that story even came out. I wasn't studying your damn boobs, bitch. No offense, but I love my girl Raven, but that's an insult to us because now you're thinking because now you're trying to say that we were objectifying you, which is not true. Maybe Disney Channel objectified you, or in Hollywood, that's why your ass is all of a sudden gay and shit. But for me personally, I didn't watch the show because you had boobs. You know what I'm saying? I watched the show because you were a pretty black woman who happened to have a show that was funny. The first episode that I can remember, you bitch, you jumped on a desk and start screaming while the desk is out of control. I'm like, this girl is crazy. When you jumped on that desk and went after that desk, and your friends Chelsea and Eddie was chase Raven, and then you're like, girl, that shit had my ass dead because it was just like, why did you think jumping on the desk was gonna stop the desk from going? Like that was hilarious, and your comedic timing was hilarious. So to see this beautiful black woman who was not only a fashionista and was rocking outfits like nobody's business, but then had visions, and then you would do crazy stunts in the show like that. I'm telling you, don't nobody do comedy stunts like Raven did on Disney Channel. There's been plenty of people tried to duplicate it, but something about Raven doing the comedic stunts were hilarious. I don't even know if she even had a stunt double in the show because it looked like she did most of her own stunts. And then when things happen and then she get back up and like, I'm okay. Like that shit is hilarious. Is hilarious. You know what I'm saying? That is comedy gold that most people can't duplicate. And they didn't duplicate. They've tried it with all the other shows, but Raven is the only one that can like get it. Her and her whole family had that comedic timing. Especially when you had a legend, Takia Crystal Reed on the show. From In Living Color, she was Raven's mom, and even she had the comedic timing on there. So like I don't know what Raven was talking about, but like I said, I feel like it's the gayness in her that's saying this shit because she's into women all of a sudden. And that's why she's saying it because she's basically trying to say that us guys, the reason why we watched That's So Raven was for her boobs, and because we was staring at her boobs so much, we kind of stayed because the show was actually genuinely funny instead of doing the opposite by saying, "Oh, the show was very popular and fun for everybody to watch and stuff like that," and it didn't. And then plus, I did have a body back in the day, something like that. But it feels very up your own ass to even say stuff like that because a lot of us were like literally like what between the ages of 6 and 12 when your show came out. So I don't know what the hell you talking about because I just thought the show was funny. And then of course the theme song was amazing. You can gaze into the future, future. Neon did that little cool music video promotion stuff for it as well. Like that was fun. That was funny. You know what I mean? Like, yes, you had a body when the show started or whatever, but let's be honest, over time you got bigger and we still watched your show. Your show was still the highest rated show. So I don't know what you kind of talking about because let you tell it, you didn't like boys. So I'm kind of confused where if you don't like boys, you were into girls, how the fuck would you know what the hell we were thinking about? You get what I'm saying? That and then on top of that, you claim you hated being objectified, you hated being sexy and appealing or whatever, and all of that stuff that you said you hated or whatever is why you were attractive, sexy to people because you didn't dress like a whore or whatever and stuff like that. No, I'm not saying that you are, but what I'm saying is when That's So Raven came out, you were like a stylish fashionista character. You didn't wear clothes that were like, oh my god, like look at Raven's ass or boobs. Like you didn't wear outfits that was inappropriate. You wore outfits that was appropriate for who you were at your age at the time. And when they did promotional material for you, you never wore outfits that were like that was revealing or anything like the girls that the Disney girls that came up after you, Miley Cyrus, Selena Gomez, Demi Lovato, when they were doing promotional material, they made sure those girls were sexified. But when it came to you, you wasn't objectified like that. So I'm confused. Where the hell is this shit coming from? And like I said, it's coming from your gayness. That because now that you're gay and you're fully into that LGBT community, you want to try to denigrate guys and try to take away the fact that the reason why we watched you was because you were funny, not because of your boobs. And I feel like that's an insult to fans of the show, especially the guys who watch the show, because when we watched the show, we never talked about your body at all. We were like, yeah, she's cute and stuff like that, but we talked about how funny your ass was. We talked about how when you jumped on the desk and flew out the door. We talked about how you got how sometimes you would fall from great heights and get back up and be like, I'm okay. Or we talked about how you would get you and your friends to dress up in these crazy costumes to stop something or some kind of plot or whatever. Or we talked about how those visions you misread so much that it's not even funny. You know what I mean? That's the stuff we talked about. We didn't talk about your boobs. We really didn't. And this is coming from a straight guy who was hoping that one day he would marry you. That's how much we didn't talk about you like that in a sexual manner because you were genuinely funny. You were genuinely funny. You were trying to entertain. And honestly, because you were trying to genuinely entertain us, you became sexy, beautiful, gorgeous to us. But we never objectified you like that. So I mean, you might have heard some stuff or whatever but for the most part, most of my guy friends was like, "Damn, Raven is fine. She's beautiful or whatever and stuff like that." But man, that's Raven is funny as fuck. That's what we were talking about. So I don't know. I just feel like this was such a bullshit thing for you to even say. Like I get it, you're gay now, but Don't do shit like that. Don't try to make the men look like they're bad because you want to try to be like, try to humble brag about yourself. Okay, humble brag, but don't try to denigrate men. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.